You are looking at Odysseus, the man who conquered Troy, a hero known for his impossible intelligence. And yet, he is about to make a single, unnecessary, ego-driven mistake that will cost him 10 years of his life, destroy his entire crew, and turn a simple voyage into a nightmare of monsters and curses. The scariest part of this story isn't the Cyclops. The scariest part is that you and I make this exact same self-sabotaging mistake every single week. Today, we are going to use ancient history to explain why our modern brains are so desperate to ruin our own lives. Our story begins in the cave of Polyphemus, a giant, one-eyed Cyclops who eats humans. He traps Odysseus and his men inside by rolling a giant boulder over the cave entrance. If Odysseus panics, he dies. Psychologists describe this conflict as two different modes of thinking. System 1 is our fast, automatic, and emotional mind, reacting quickly to danger and impulses. System 2 is our slower, more deliberate way of thinking, allowing us to plan, analyze, and control our actions. Inside the cave, Odysseus survives because he does not let fear take control. Instead, he slows down, thinks strategically, and uses careful reasoning to defeat the monster. He outsmarts the monster. He gets the giant drunk on wine, heats up a sharpened wooden stake, and blinds him in his sleep. But before he does this, he tells a brilliant, calculated lie. When the Cyclops asks for his name, Odysseus says his name is nobody. When the blinded monster screams for help from his neighbors, he yells, "Nobody is blinding me." The neighbors think he is just sick, and they walk away. Odysseus and his men escape safely to their ship. Odysseus used pure, slow, rational intelligence to win a lost fight. But human nature is deeply irrational, driven by those System 1 emotions that operate below our conscious awareness. When we are in trouble, our survival instincts engage and we focus deeply. But the moment we are safe, and especially the moment we experience a major success, our ego comes roaring back. You experience this all the time. You spend weeks meticulously planning a project at work, using that slow, deliberate System 2 thinking. You crush the presentation. Everyone is impressed. But on the drive home, the high of success floods your brain. Your ego swells, and your rational mind goes to sleep. You immediately pull out your phone and make an impulsive, wildly expensive purchase you absolutely do not need. Or you send a reckless text message, driven entirely by the fast, automatic impulses of System 1. Success makes us overconfident, irrational, and emotionally reckless. Back on the ship, Odysseus is safe. His brilliant plan worked, but his ego cannot let it go. The intelligence that blinded the Cyclops wasn't for safety anymore. It was his intelligence, and the world had to know. He couldn't just be nobody. He needed recognition. Ignoring the desperate pleas of his men, Odysseus runs to the edge of the ship and screams back at the island. He yells, "Cyclops, if any mortal asks you how your eye was mutilated and made blind, say that Odysseus, the city sacker, Laertes' son, who lives in Ithaca, destroyed your sight." In that single, impulsive yell, Odysseus didn't win glory. He gave his enemy a map to his destruction. But the darkest part of self-sabotage is what happens next in the brain: cognitive dissonance. When we make a foolish or harmful decision, it clashes with our core belief that we are smart, competent people. To reduce this mental discomfort, we immediately start justifying our actions to ourselves. We don't admit we made a mistake. We convince ourselves that what we did was actually the best and most logical thing to do. Odysseus didn't think he ruined his voyage. His ego convinced him that establishing his heroic reputation was a strategic necessity. So how do we stop this cycle of self-sabotage? We cannot completely eliminate our impulsive System 1, nor can we erase the ego. But we can cultivate what is known as the inner Athena. Athena was the Greek goddess of practical intelligence, representing the ability to calm the mind and think past our immediate emotions. The key is to consciously increase your reaction time. When you get that surge of emotional grandiosity after a win, or when you feel the desperate urge to defend your ego, don't yell. Don't post the angry comment. Don't buy the luxury item. Step back and give it a day. You must train yourself to observe your own emotions with detachment, allowing your rational System 2 to catch up and take the reins back from your ego. Because Odysseus had to be known, the Cyclops knew exactly who to curse. Polyphemus prayed to his father, Poseidon, the god of the sea, asking that Odysseus lose all his men and face a bitter, agonizing journey. Every single horror of the Odyssey, the decade of being lost, the monsters, the shipwreck, was directly tied to that one moment of unchecked pride. Don't yell your real name when you can safely sail away as nobody. If you want to continue understanding the hidden forces shaping your behavior and discover the fascinating psychology behind why we do the things we do, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the human mind.